We don't know. Hello. Welcome. Welcome to our world. It's Monday and it's midnight, and you're where you're probably supposed to be watching us.
Exactly.
So welcome, everybody. Joan, Mama Nevin is not going to be here. She has a dental issue. So she is going to be knitting on her blanket and commenting in the chat, maybe.
Okay, good.
As long as
We
she's
miss
doing
her,
her
and we're sorry she's not here.
Yeah. It happens.
And we have, indeed, and Tina's here, and she's got stuff to show us.
Yes, I do.
So let her rip.
Okay, well,
go for it. Go for it. You're so excited to do it, so.
Not everything is listed yet. I'm going to be doing that as we talk, and I'm going to end up muting myself so I don't clickety-clack all over everybody, but I do have this one in the shop already. So this is Land of the Free. It's like the flag against the sky. I don't know if you, I mean, the lighting is probably freaking terrible, but whatever. You could see it on the website. And then there's Surfin' USA.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like red, white, and blue on a beach. And then we have Party in the USA.
Woohoo!
Yeah, which has like little pink and purple speckles on the sky and the flag, and so that's a lot of fun.
Adam's
here. Huh?
Hey, Adam.
Adam's here. Sorry. Hey,
Oh,
Adam.
Adam. I also have coming out soon. I didn't swatch it yet, but I'm doing lemon pound cake for Afro Man.
It's amazing.
So that's gonna be fun. I know Adam loves Afro Man. Adam is a big fan.
Etc.
Hey,
Afro Man.
Afro Man is an icon now. I'm sorry,
Yes,
but he is.
Well, he was before, but now he's even more so.
Well, yeah.
He was a quiet icon before, but now he's like he's the man of the hour.
One of these days, Adam will be in our chat from America. I have faith it will happen. That he will get here.
He says, "Do you
Even if
Tina?"
You knit them low.
Knit 'em low, Tina. That's me.
Hey, now let's not start rumors.
Yeah.
Well, that's exciting to know.
I lost my train of thought. And those will all be in your shop for
In
our
like the
Joy
next
to
5
order.
minutes. Yeah, I'm going.
Okay.
I'm going to mute myself and clickety clack, and then I'll be back.
Adams County, Ohio. That's very specific. There, Adam.
Oh, is he turning Amish? Is that what he's talking about? You're going to be Amish.
I'm just trying to imagine Adam as Amish. He wouldn't have internet access, and that would be sad.
He barely has internet now, so
Well, that's true. But he could build a barn.
Well, he won't be a communist country, so that's good. I don't think the Amish like the communists.
I don't think they do either. So
he could drive a mule.
That's true.
I will come buy your produce, Adam.
Yeah, get you out of commie Canada, where they think they're bothering us by laughing at our president, when in reality
we don't care.
Yeah, and
we just kick your ass at your own game.
Like I saw an ad for a story about the cat that doesn't care that it crosses the border regularly. Well, yeah, it's a cat.
It's
a cat who lives up there somewhere and goes back and forth. I mean,
it
really,
doesn't have pockets to put its papers in. Okay.
No, it's just like, I'm like, but it's a cat. Do people not get that?
Every cat I've had doesn't have pockets.
No, I mean, there's animals in Australia that do, but they're not cats.
That was a long way to go, though, to cross the Canadian border.
I don't know. He probably lives somewhere out there where there's not a border crossing and just walks back and forth, and it happens to be across the line and nobody knows or cares.
It might
until some reporter some reporter who had no idea said, "Oh, here I can do a story on this." He can. Maybe I ought to identify as a cat, but forget that. That's what furries do.
Hey, Groucho,
Yeah.
do you have pockets? Come here, can I check your pockets?
Groucho.
She will only check for pockets. I know she has
I
a
think
snack
you-
pouch.
I think you would have noticed if she had pockets by now.
She does
Just
have a
saying.
snack pouch.
Snacks, yes.
Well, snacks are
Okay, now we
important.
just gone.
It's like, really, person, that's the only story you could come up with what's going on in the world today about a cat who doesn't care that it's crossing the border. Like, journalism is clearly dead.
Oh, it's been dead.
And I'm not talking about independent journalists because they actually do the work and get the
Yes.
stories. But seriously. I do want to promote one of our friends, though, because our friend Robin from Knit One Print Two,
Mhm.
she's on Etsy. She now has a double yarn bowl.
Nice.
So when you're working with more than one color,
I like
it's
the
3D
color.
printed. You can print. You can pick whatever color. She has a ton of colors you can choose to print, and you can do 2 skeins at a time. And it's got a little thing on the top here where you put your stitch markers.
Oh, I like that.
I had her.
a lot.
I had her single one, and I'm doing these blankets with more than one color. And I asked her, and so she prototyped and then put it in her shop. So
Nice.
it's really nice when we're working with more than one color. Helps keep the tangles away. And her quality is outstanding. Everything's smooth. There's no rough joins or, rough edges or anything. She does a great job. So go check her out. She's got a lot of different products, needle cases, all sorts of knitting and crochet stuff. So go check her out on Etsy.
And what's her name on Etsy?
Knit One Print Two.
Okay.
She was in the PIK trunk show back in December. She showed
Right.
off some of her stuff. And I think DK has one of her knitting needle cases or a couple of them. She
wanted
does
to
really
see
nice
her
work.
name.
And I had a basket that was a double basket that I was using, but it would catch on the yarn.
Mhm.
And so I had to stop
That's
using
annoying.
that. Yeah. Well, it wasn't made for yarn, but. Oh, Amy, it's a double yarn bowl. So you can use one when you're using more than one color at a time. And it's got place for your stitch markers, and you can have it made in whatever color you want because she's got tons of colors.
That's the perfect colors right there.
It is. I'm very pleased with
Spring.
it.
For spring, yes.
Yes,
Summer,
black and copper, definitely.
yes.
My friends Morgan and Cassie would love it because black is their favorite color.
Yes.
And so that's my promotion. So go check her out. Go buy her stuff. She's great, and she's great to work with. If you have ideas, sometimes she can come up with stuff and make them for you. So that's it. So what do you guys have going on?
In the middle of a row.
I did have one annoyance watching YouTube videos because it's great when somebody makes a video and says, hey, this is what I think, what I like to use or what works for me. I don't like the ones who say, oh, I knitted for hours and tried every needle and I'm going to tell you what the best needle is. Because it might be the best needle for you. It might not be the best needle for everyone else.
Right.
And it's fine. Experienced people who've been knitting or crocheting for a while know their tools and they know what works for them. But I hate these videos that are geared towards beginners. So they might avoid needles that would really work for them to go for whatever this person suggests, and it doesn't work for them.
Right.
It just, the whole I know better than you thing should be like, this is the needle I use and this is why. You go try whichever ones you want.
It's like people who cook and they're like, and don't use cilantro because it tastes gross. And meanwhile, it's like, well, you don't like cilantro, but somebody else might. So
No, nobody should ever use cilantro, ever.
I'm sorry, we're going to have to disagree on that because I like cilantro.
Teresa's putting her foot down. She says no.
Disgusting. It's disgusting. You can have mine. I'll give you my cilantro.
That's fair. That's fair.
You can have my entire life's supply of cilantro.
Free cilantro, everybody.
Free cilantro.
So what are you guys working on?
Oh, hold on. I'm in the middle of a row again.
I'm still working on those socks, but I'm almost done.
Yay.
Ooh,
Yep.
I like the
Oh, they're
stripes.
cute.
Yeah.
Hang on.
I'm
Doing
always
it
so
really
impatient
fast.
to get socks done because I always have like the next 3 pairs planned, and I'm like, come on, hurry up.
Yeah, me too. I got all this stuff in my head, and it's like, okay, you got to finish this first. And
Knit faster, knit faster. Come on, you can do it. Don't sleep, don't sleep.
well, these have to be done by Thursday, and they will be done tomorrow.
That's not my stomach.
No, I meant the fact that
Before you-
that you said tomorrow when they're due by Thursday, and I'm impressed because you'll be done a whole 2 days early.
I slowed down. Actually, they would have been done. I slowed down so I would have something to knit on today. Okay, so here's my second sock.
Freaking pretty.
Yay! I like the micro stripes.
Yeah. Well, they're not stripy. I don't know what they are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. I am 12 rows plus the cuff away from being done.
Oh yeah, you'll get them done.
Yeah. They'll be
Oh,
done.
get them done tonight.
I could have gotten them done today, but like I said, I wanted to have something to work on.
What's going to be your next pair of socks?
I don't know. My next project might be brioche, and I'm definitely not doing that. Yeah.
What are you doing, brioche?
Shawl. I started it, oh gosh, last year, and I got in the rhythm. I figured it out. I'm doing good. And then I made a mistake. I skipped like a row on the pattern, and I didn't know how to fix it. So I ripped it all out.
Got it.
So I have to pay attention more. So, can't watch TV, can't watch nothing, just pay attention.
I will do brioche at some point. I just haven't yet.
I think that's what I'm going to do. Unless between now and when I finish these, I think of something else, which is likely. But it's getting to be summer, so I don't want to work on a sweater, and I don't want to work on, I don't need any more whatevers. I don't know.
Well, I've
Maybe
been
I'll do a
working on my
t-shirt.
blanket.
Let's
There you
see.
go. I have an idea for a t-shirt, but I haven't figured it quite out. I'm almost done with the border on this lovely blanket
Oh my goodness.
with yarn by the lovely Tina.
Your new blanket yarn should be there soon too, by the way.
Oh, cool. That's cool. I'm on the last side. I just have to get around to this part and then I can graft it.
That is so pretty.
So, thank you. It's for my son. I had the border half done and then had to pull it out because I was using the wrong size needle and it was puckering on one side and then
Oh no.
not enough on the other. So I finally figured out that I needed to go up one needle
I was
size.
going to
And
say
then
go
on the
up the
edges,
size.
on the edges, I pick up everyone because I slipped the last stitch on each edge, and then across on the sides, and then on the edges, I have to go every other stitch to pick up because it's two, back and forth because it's an applied where you knit across, you pick up the stitch, and then you knit back. And if I do that every other stitch, then it's going to be too many. It'll
Right.
look like a ruffle. So that took me a while to fix. So hopefully I'll get it done today or tomorrow.
Okay.
And then block it. And then I've been swatching for my daughter's blanket, and the pattern I wanted to use, this Knit Picks yarn, it's super soft, which is great for a blanket. It's acrylic wool, but it also does not show definition very well. So I might have to go to a different type of cable to make it more noticeable. But we'll see. There's Joan in the chat.
Hi, Joan. in the chat.
lady.
Oh, did you hear what Tina said? Not Tina, what Amy said? You better start a flag back blanket soon, woman. I'm almost done enough for you to start.
Well, then give me the deets. Yo.
Well, I had a plan for my patriotic project, but now I saw Tina's yarn, so now I have to So
I know. She's showing it. I'm like, oh, I could. No.
I might need to reincorporate that into my other set of patriotic yarn and see which one
Well,
of
I
those
mean,
works
but the
best with it.
250 is for the whole year. So, we
I know.
we can stretch everything. Not our make along, but we can knit red, white, and blue as much as we want because we're Americans.
We love America.
That is true.
We do what we want.
That's right.
That's right.
Because it's a land of the free.
Yeah.
Just like this yarn, land of the free, right here.
There you go. There's a
Great
segue.
I know. I'm impressed. She said she did. I think that means she sent you deets. I don't know. You'd have to ask her.
Well, you told me how many puffs, but okay, just whatever. Figure it out.
Whatever.
I got to go get my yarn, and I don't think it's on sale this week. So I got to go next week.
I kind of want to do a sparkly red, white, and blue blanket, but I don't know how well the lyrics would hold up on a blanket. Does anybody have experience with that?
I don't know.
Oh, well, what holds up on the blanket?
The lyrics, like if I do a sparkly yarn.
I don't know. And that yellow and that big my other blanket, I have one panel that's got Lurex because the yellow I had it, so I threw it in there. So there's one sparkly yarn, but I haven't blocked it yet. So
we're
I
not
don't know.
British, Adam. No, we're not. We're not British. We don't eat beans on toast.
We
We don't add random letters to every word.
We do barbecued baked beans like normal people,
Yes.
not on toast. She says, "Do I gotta crochet it too, woman?"
Sure.
Now she's calling you out.
I'll send you the yarn, and you can.
Amy used it in a scrappy blanket, and it's okay. I guess the Lurex.
Okay. All right.
Oh, Joan, you looked fine. You could barely notice it, but I get you not wanting to be on. So, and we're the redneck of the knitting world. Come on.
Yes, we are.
Nothing wrong with that.
That's just fine with me.
So, yeah, this Knit Picks yarn, it's super soft, but it doesn't show great definition, and it's really splitty, which is annoying. But
Oh no, we don't
I
love the
will-
splitty.
No.
I will deal because my daughter picked the colors, and I don't want to go buy other yarn, so I'd have to use this at some point anyway. So yeah. So I'm waiting for yarn from Tina, and then I will start my other Tina blanket, which then Tina's gonna knit.
Yes. The not birches
Two, so-
blanket. That's actually
Yeah.
birches, but it's not birches.
Yeah. Birches be crazy.
The birches be crazy, yo.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to that one.
Me too.
So I'm just playing with Riley's until that starts. I do have a cardigan I want to knit this summer when it's really hot because I don't want to be working on a blanket then. But I have to figure it out first because it's my Murder Knits cardigan, but I'm changing the cables. So instead of it all being in one color, the cables are going to be in a different color.
Oh.
Because I saw a video on how to do cables into, different color cables and color cables, and I got a book on it, and it looks really cool. So I want to redo that.
There's a designer I saw on Instagram who does a lot of really cool multicolored cable stuff. Her name is Clary Berry, Klary. You've seen her before?
That's what inspired me, was seeing her.
Yeah, she does wild stuff, and I look at it and I'm like, someday I'm gonna do that. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, yeah, like what, when you're 60? Like, okay, sure, fine, whatever. Someday I'll do it. 20 years from now, I'll do it
A
someday.
million years from now, when I'm old and decrepit at 60.
60 isn't old and decrepit.
Thank you.
It's just going to take me a long freaking time to be like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to sit down and I'm going to do multicolored cables. Like, that's a very intentional thing. And in the meantime, it's just going to be like swatch after swatch after swatch. Oh, I got 5 minutes for socks. Swatch after swatch.
Yeah, I
You
haven't
won't- you won't
swatched
be
for it yet,
senile
but
by then.
but I'm excited for it. So
You know what? I want somebody to invent really, really badly. And I feel like it shouldn't be hard because we've had knitting machines for a really long time. I want a little knitting machine, like a little square thing. Like, I don't know, it doesn't have to be bigger than a foot, but you can make squares with this knitting machine, right? Like it'll just knit squares for you, and it can do garter borders, and it can do, for like people who want to knit blankets and they want to knit squares, but they don't want to actually like knit all the squares. Maybe they just want to put them together. But a little machine just to knit squares. So that way I could just have a little machine to do swatches and then wouldn't have to sit here and knit swatches all the freaking time.
But wouldn't like the regular, okay, I'm not being Debbie Downer, but like the regular knitting machines, can't you just do smaller?
Well, yeah, but regular knitting machines are huge.
Yeah, they are. Okay, yeah, your space is out of, yeah, mine is too. I get it. Yeah.
I just want something small for like,
Maybe
and it
there
could-
is one.
I
We should
haven't
look
seen it
up.
yet.
We'll look
They
it
have
up.
an electric I-cord machine I saw, but that's
yeah, I saw that.
that's also like $145 or something.
I'll be doing an I-cord.
I'll do that by hand. Thank you very much.
Well, I have Robin's handheld I-cord tool, and I tested it for her, and it's very cool.
Hold on a second. Hold on. It just popped into my head. Those Centro or the Addy, the Centros are cheaper. You can do panels on those.
Yeah, but the I had one and it's not for fingering weight yarn though. I
Yeah,
need
you would
some-
have to get the smaller one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get something specifically for fingering weight, but the thing is too, can you do garter on those? I mean, I guess you could do ribbing, right? I don't know how that works on an
I think you can. I don't know.
I don't know. Amy might know. She has one of them.
I've never done garter on it. I've just done stockinette.
Yeah, I don't know anything. But I feel like it's $1 million idea for somebody who wants to
Yeah.
like make machines and get into the knitting industry.
Hey, Robin of Knit, what is it? Knit One Pearl.
Print
what's the second
two.
one? Yeah,
Knit one, print two.
there you go. There's an idea.
That would be so freaking cool.
Yeah, because there is I did see on Etsy there's a tiny knitting machine. Tiny circular knitting machine.
Uh-huh.
Does it cost $1 million?
I don't know if it's a machine or just the hands.
Yeah, the problem is the yarn weight. Tina's right. The problem is the yarn
No,
weight.
this is the point. No, this is the actual machine. It's $54.
That's not too bad. Not bad at
It
all.
looks like a mini sock machine.
Oh
and
yeah,
you
that
can-
is itty bitty. That's adorable.
I think you could use that for fingering weight. Just
Really?
make little tubes. Make little
Yeah.
tubes, but it's
Bookmark
tiny. It's only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's probably only got like 30 hooks.
Mm.
Bookmark
But
that.
for swatches,
What that is.
but for swatches,
Yeah.
that might be something you could do for swatches.
Mhm.
I mean, I guess the next best choice is like kidnapping somebody and forcing them to be my knitting slave, but I think that's illegal, so I probably shouldn't do that.
You have to move to China and do all that.
Amy says, no, it's only stockinette, but it does panels, but it's only worsted weight for
Mhm.
Addie and Centro. A lot of dyers use their CSM for their swatches. Yeah.
So I wonder if that one you just showed, Liz, is
Yeah. I mean, it makes like a little 30, can't be a big tube.
Mhm.
It's only like 30 some stitches.
But you can probably do squares in that with that.
yeah.
You just do
Amy
half.
volunteers as tribute, I guess, to come be your knitting slave. Adam, you want to learn how to knit and then come to America and have a job
Yeah.
waiting for you?
I will give you your green card, buddy. Tanya's right though. I'm gonna check Temu right now and see if I can find something because they do have everything. But
New York would be good for you, Adam. They got lox and bagels.
oh yeah,
They have the best bagels.
Hmm. Oh,
I miss the bagels.
and pizza. They have the best pizza too.
The pizza too. Yeah. My favorite pizza place out here was opened by a family from New York, and they
Mhm.
get their water from New York for their pizza crust.
There's a place in Florida that does that too. They import the water from New York. It's
I
hilarious.
don't know that I would go that far, but because I've seen the water in New York.
We have krill in our water.
We just don't
That's a
talk
good
about it. Yeah.
flavor.
East Coast pizza. I feel like, and I know this is blasphemy, Tina, but I feel like East Coast pizza, whatever, the whole 95 corridor until you get to like Virginia, the pizza is good.
Yeah.
Like Philly
I agree.
and parts of Delaware and New York and Jersey, and
Yeah, I concur.
we know Connecticut and all their nonsense.
They have snooty pizza.
Because Baltimore pizza is pretty good.
Never
I had good pizza in Arkansas. Surprisingly.
I mean, there's good pizza everywhere, but these people get like here, they're stuck on Detroit style. Well, I'm like, okay, well, that's just Sicilian pizza, really. I don't care. I'm
Yeah.
not don't come at me, Detroiters.
Don't even get me started on Chicago. Like, what is that? That is not
It's
pizza.
just dough.
It's a casserole.
Yeah, it's a It's a casserole.
It's a casserole.
That's not a freaking pizza.
That's like, because I will make like a focaccia pizza, just because focaccia is so easy to make compared to pizza crust. But it's, that's basically what it is.
Yeah,
A little bit
that is true. Yeah, it's like they had to be different, so they went the exact opposite of, East Coast pizza.
Yeah. I prefer the thin crust, but I have a hard time making the dough.
Same.
It's hard. But I can get them bubbles in a focaccia.
Yeah. Focaccia is a lot more manageable.
Yes.
So,
Anyway.
any knitting things people saw and wanted to discuss, or no? I just broke my nail.
Man, I haven't been looking at anything. It's even like Ravelry is just, I don't even look at Ravelry anymore. I'm like, whatever. I'm sure if there's a kerfuffle, somebody will tell me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
pretty quiet.
more anti-AI anything.
Yeah.
They have to go off on anybody who uses AI for anything whatsoever.
Which I don't understand that, because they're going after designers who use AI for their logos and for the how does that hurt you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's.
I can see going after people for. There's a big problem with, especially crochet, like amigurumi patterns that use AI for the pictures. Well, you're not ever going to make, a little cow that looks like an AI cow.
Right.
Making it yourself.
No, I don't like when.
Yeah.
I don't like when they show AI pictures for finished objects, because you know darn well yours is never going to look like that.
Right. But as far as like the logo or stuff that doesn't matter to the pattern, I don't understand them getting all butthurt.
Yeah. I mean, what really pisses me off with the AI lately, and I've been noticing this on, there's a yarn shop that I follow that I've noticed, and I am hypersensitive to like clocking something that's written as AI. Like the second I see it, there's just like a certain pattern. I can't articulate it yet, and it's not just the M dashes. There's a certain style and flow that these AI bots use to write stuff, and I really just get so irritated because this yarn shop uses AI to write their Instagram captions, and it's it's all like fun and happy, but at the same time, it's not genuine because it was written by AI.
Right.
You
Yeah,
are
it's
people in-
fake.
Yeah, you're people in a handcrafting business,
Right.
and you're trying to connect with other people. Use your people words. Use your diction. Your way of speaking. Why are you using?
Have AI write it, but then rewrite it in your own words.
It's
you
still
know?
AI though. It's still obviously
Yeah.
the way AI. Each person has their own way of speaking. Like we all have our own little slang terms. We have our own little pauses, our own little flow, our rhythm. Like, sometimes, if you know a bunch of people well enough, and you put 6 people in a room, and you're like, all right, write a paragraph about the history of origami, and so then everybody writes down a paragraph, and then they throw it into a bucket. You could probably tell who wrote what by
Yeah.
picking out
Oh,
that
yeah.
piece of paper, just like
Well,
blindly.
I know. I'm just saying, even if you get if you have AI create bullet points for you, what you want, but then you can write the paragraph in your phrasing.
Yeah, I mean, you
I
could
can even see that.
Thoughts, but it's just
Yeah, but the actual writing should be yours.
Yes, it's so frustrating because it's inauthentic, and it's taking over everything lately. Part of the reason I stopped going on Facebook was because every single crafting group got run over by these AI ads for this app called Tidu. I don't know if you guys have seen this. Let me rant for a minute. Okay, so I actually downloaded this app when it first came out because it was like, it's supposed to be for crafters, and you can sell stuff, and you can learn stuff, and you can buy and trade and like whatever. Okay, cool. And then I stopped. I didn't really use it, didn't think about it much. And then all of a sudden, every craft related group on Facebook, you would see, I'm talking like a 6-foot wall of text, some emotionally manipulative story about somebody made a sun catcher, or somebody had a tiled concrete table they made, or somebody made a beaded curtain, or some sob story about their dead mother or their foster child that they were having a hard time connecting with, or blah, blah, blah. And they were all written the same way. And every single story, about 3/4 of the way through. And then I found this thing on the Tidu app, blah, 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 every single time. But it got to the point that they were so formulaic that a paragraph in, you'd be like, this is a Tidu app. I fucking know it. And then you would scroll down and be like, but all these people would fall for it. Is the really terrible part. They're reading the story and they're connecting with it, and they're sharing their own stories. They're my grandma, blah, 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 and this, that, the other thing. And you're just like, you're connecting with a bot. You're not talking to a real person. This is not a real story that happened. Somebody put something into an app, like ChatGPT or whatever, and they're manipulating you because they want you to download the app. I just got so fed up with all of that. I can't. Like, please, for the love of everything, if you're going to be communicating with other humans, use your human words, your human language. It's just, it drives me nuts.
Yep.
It feels, I can't stand fakery.
Well, and I also feel like the more you use it, the more it's going to take over.
Yes, the weaker you get and the more acceptable it becomes to you. Like, hey, ChatGPT, craft me a response to this email expressing my displeasure over blah, blah, blah.
There's an ad for Alexa Plus. Shh. Alexa Plus, which I will never have. But where the girl's talking to, be quiet. Hang on. Alexa, stop. The only reason I have that is for music. But there's a commercial for the Plus part where she's interacting with this thing. And she's like, oh, you know me so well. And I'm like,
I've seen that ad.
Do that. Don't do that. Do not humanize that thing.
No.
That's why I'm nice to Alexa, because when the robots take over, I don't want to be killed first. Yeah, it's like with the AI pictures, and something's not right because there's just something off. It's too smooth.
Yeah.
It's the lighting is off, and you sit there and look at it and like, why? Why didn't you just actually make the crochet thing instead of having an AI picture of the crochet thing? And yes, that's not convincing me that your pattern is any good. Because
is the pattern even like, can you even make the pattern? Because I don't see proof that you can make the pattern. I just see an AI picture.
Well, no, you gotta buy the pattern to see if it's even a pattern.
Which is ridiculous.
And it is. And it's like there was one I was seeing today on Craftsmark, they were talking about it was like 185 pounds for the pattern, but you only had the pattern for like 60 to 90 days.
What?
And it created your own AI avatar to try it on. Like she didn't even have the whatever it was tried on a person. It was tried on an AI avatar.
No,
And
no.
you don't even own the pattern. It's like, what the heck? It's like, and they're like tutorials. They're not like written patterns. I'm like, who would be dumb enough to pay money for this? She just throw this slop in AI. And
People.
Joan said, Tina, tell us how you really feel. She doesn't like it.
TLDR,
yeah, I mean-
she doesn't like it.
I would much rather get a pattern written by a person that was tried on a person or shown with a
Yes.
person, you know? Like, I don't. Part of doing handcrafting crafts is actually putting yourself into the craft. And when people aren't, and they're trying to sell it to you, it's very obvious, and it takes away from the whole point of doing, I don't know, handcrafts.
Yeah.
Instead of saying, hey,
It's not
like in my
ChatGPT
son,
crafts.
no, in my son's grad school, he's in business school, and AI is a very big deal. And some of his teachers like it and some of them don't. And his one teacher, as hard as his operations course, said he only recommended it if you, after you've had the lecture and you wanted to check on how to do the problems, you could go to ChatGPT and check, because that kind of thing it's very good for like math problems and things. So he said, if you can't get a hold of me and you want to, you need a little help, go do that. His other professor went on a 30-minute rant about how bad AI was, and then turned around and gave them a quiz that was AI generated.
Ugh.
Like,
I hate
really,
that.
lady?
I hate that so
So-
much.
Well,
All his exams are handwritten. They have to be in class and do them handwritten to prove that they didn't use AI on them, which he's fine with, because he gets it. But his first one was during the blizzard, so they actually did it online. He said, but at least it wasn't an AI exam. You could tell it was written because his professor had grammar errors throughout it.
right.
Oh, that's
he
comforting.
realized it.
You're my professor and you can't even speak English properly. Fantastic. That's great.
But I mean, we're sitting here complaining about how the new generations are lazy and they don't want to do this and don't want to do that. And then we're developing technology to keep them from doing things,
Great.
We're we're encouraging them to be lazy.
I saw something a while back that really concerned me, and it was an interaction between two people where I guess one person knew that in their text conversation, the other person was using ChatGPT to respond to them. So like just casual conversation. You can't even have casual conversations
Nope.
anymore without turning to AI.
Well, okay, it went from having casual conversations in person to doing all your interaction through text and whatever, to the point where people, upcoming generation, they don't know how to interact with people.
No, they don't.
They don't know how to read emotions. They don't know how to read, because they do everything from behind a screen because it's safe. And then when they're in person, they don't know how to interact with people.
Like
They have no socialization skill.
the Gen Z stare,
Mm-hmm.
they just stare at you like they have no, because they're used to interacting with the screen and not people.
Yeah, and I know you shouldn't stereotype them, but I've seen these articles where they're getting fired right and left because they don't want to actually do anything and interact with people, and they want to be late, and they can't understand why they get reprimanded by their companies for not working or being late or not following dress code or whatever, because they just want to do what they want to do and be on their phones all day. And it's like, no, that's not how a job works.
No,
Unless unless your job is to be on the phone all day.
Right.
And I watched this video last night. They were talking about, this woman came on, that why 500,000 Black women are lost their jobs or not in the workforce. She's claiming it because, when they got rid of DEI, that they just wanted to get rid of these people. Well, yeah, because she admitted they weren't hired for qualifications. That
right.
She's the companies were hiring by quota, and when they don't have to do that anymore, they go by merit, and people who can't do the job get fired. And she was like, this was a detriment and stuff. And the guy who I watched, who was reviewing her video, was like, no, that's the point. They want to hire by merit, and that's how it should be. You want to get a job, then you go get skills and you get a job. But he's like, she's talking about how all these Black women have been made managers and stuff, and then they got fired because they couldn't do the job. And
Did you
he's
see-
like, that's because when you're hired for the way you look, unless it's for a modeling job, you're never gonna
Right.
get ahead because you can't do the work.
I saw a video, and the details of the case or whatever doesn't matter, but it was a judge basically dressing down this, I think it was in Georgia, state's attorney, is a black woman, who had filed motions and cited at least five cases that were fake.
Ooh, that's
Uh-huh.
I've seen a few of those recently. I've seen a few of those, or they were Chat GPT
It's
because
like,
that's
you need to
where
be
they get them from.
disbarred.
Yep.
yep.
Yeah. And
You
this
have to
woman was
wonder how many
complaining.
are out there that they
Well, this
all
woman's claiming that
Yeah.
she claimed she was HR, and she's like, and they find ways to come after you. They'll like look and realize that you're 15 minutes late regularly because of traffic, and sometimes you wear a bonnet to work and it's against dress code. Well,
No,
you shouldn't be 15 minutes late regularly.
I mean, you don't
Period.
wear it on it out in public.
Because you know what your work schedule is, and if you're 15 minutes late regularly, then you're affecting everybody else around you.
Mhm.
And if your dress code says you can't wear head coverings, and you do, then you're following the dress code. Like
It's not rocket science.
not acknowledging the fact that they were committing any policy violations, just that they got fired because of anti-DEI. But she finally admitted that people were hiring by merit now.
Right.
Well, yeah, because a company wants to make money and succeed, and if you want your
want
salary to go up, you want to go to a company
competent
that's hiring exactly.
Right.
And she called herself an HR girly, and I'm sorry, I've never heard an HR person ever
Girly?
refer to themselves as a girly. She said her and the other HR girlies. I'm like, none of the HR people I ever worked with would have ever referred to themselves as a girly.
I'm a sock knitting girly. I'm an HR
Yeah.
girly.
Look at my son.
And I was just like, no. But it's a lot of the younger generations who don't know how to advocate for themselves in person, do not know how to take criticism, do not know how to turn that criticism into better job effort.
Well, because
And they
never
call their
had
parents.
to.
And a certain percentage of job applicants, Gen Z job applicants, bring their parents to their job interviews.
I was going to say their parents are bailing them out for everything. Yeah.
Or if they get in trouble, the parent call their manager. Like, I'm sorry. Well, when they get arrested, they call their parents. Like, how old are you? 25. We're not calling your parent. You're an adult. Like, and it blows my mind because they'll be like, call my mom. You think your mom's going to override the cops? Like, seriously. You're in handcuffs. Your mom coming down is not going to do anything, lady. You were drunk on the airplane, okay?
Oh God, these airplane people.
But can you imagine bringing your parent to a job interview?
No. Absolutely not.
Not even when I was a teenager.
When I was a teenager, I was like, "You sit in the car." Like, I did
Yeah.
not want her in there. Yeah.
No. Drop me off. I'll call you, or I'll, come back around in half an hour. I should be done.
There was no calling. Yeah.
Yeah, because we didn't have cell phones back then. But because we had to interact with people and actually interact with them, so you couldn't say something that was going to get you punched in the face in person, like you can online, because people have the safety of the keyboard where they can say anything they want. And they're just like, oh, people can be regularly late to work. And this one Gen Z is like, well, I don't like to get up early. And the boss is like,
Well,
well,
nobody does.
you don't like, then maybe you need to find a night shift because
Mhm.
you're not going to survive on day shift. Nobody likes to get up early. And these Gen Zs who get arrested, and like, we learned in high school what to do in a traffic stop. Like, that you have to listen and you have to give your license, your registration, your insurance.
Mhm.
Nope. No, I'm not giving you my license. I don't have to. I don't have to give you my registration. I'm going to call my mom. Like, what the hell? Like, body cams are the best thing that ever happened for police, because you see what they actually have to deal
absolutely.
with. And this one girl was crying. Literally, she got fired, or I don't even think she got fired at Walmart. They reprimanded her for something, and she started punching the employees. And so they called the cop, and the cop comes and goes, unless you're going to press charges, I can't do anything. So they're like, yeah, we're going to press charges. They have to drag her out of the store because she won't get up and walk. And she's literally crying like a 2-year-old. And her mom came to the store to pick her up. And the mom's trying to interfere. And they're like, she's 28, Mom, go. You're not part of this.
She's 28.
And she's screaming, Mommy, Ma. Like, oh my God. If I ever got arrested, my mother would be the last person I ever called.
When I was 28, I was already divorced and had 2 kids. Like, come on.
Yeah. But I never would have called my parents if I got
No.
arrested for something like that. And if I ever got a DUI, forget it. They'd kill me. So, no. But they think that their parents going to get them out of this. It's like, I don't understand why is it because their parents have always got them out of everything their entire life. So they don't have to deal with anything. I don't know. They should go home and knit because then they'd be happier people.
No, then they'd be on Reddit bitching about knitters. So, you know.
Well, Reddit bitches about everybody. So it's crazy. And I just get annoyed where these videos on knitters like, this is what you should use. No. Or this is the way you do this. No, there's 15 ways to do an SSK. Don't say this is the way. Say this is the way I use, and there are others. Because then beginners will never know that there's other things out there for them to learn if all the videos say, oh no, do everything this way.
Well, and the people saying it have been knitting for like 3 years. It's like, dude,
I know.
I've been knitting for 40 years, okay? Don't tell me that this is how it's supposed to be done.
Yeah. And especially when there's different ways to do it. Or crochet. I got treated like crap when I was crocheting because the way I held my crochet hook. And it was not the traditional manner. I had many older people tell me that I was doing it wrong. And I was like, well, my stitches look good, so I'm fine.
Right.
But thank you for your input, but I'm good.
Thanks.
But it's like, it never occurred to them, yeah, it still works when you hold the hook a different way. Like, knitting still works if you don't knit continental, if you knit English, or if you knit Portuguese or whatever. There's all different techniques. And just to tell people that there's one that works, it just irritates me because when I started learning knitting, I wish I had known a lot of different techniques. And I wish I'd known where to look for them because now I find stuff all the time that's like, wow, I wish I'd known that a couple years ago when I was making this or that, or.
Thank goodness for YouTube.
Yeah.
I feel like there's other crafts that I do that can be a little more stringent about how you do things.
Yes, of course. Like cross stitch.
Sewing, there's not a whole lot of leeway as far as seam allowances and how
it's more precise.
Right. And like maybe weaving, like I don't know what the way you hold stuff, but I mean, basically there's one way to weave stuff. There's not a whole lot of, so there's other stuff that has more leeway, but Well,
yeah, I mean, there's other crafts that you only do a certain way, and that I get, but it's just when knitting and crochet, there's so many variables out there.
Sure. And
so many different ways to do things. And I see these videos pop up. I've found the way to do this, or I've tried all these needles and these are the ones you should use. Well, yeah, they might work for you. They might not work for me, or this type of yarn, because sometimes you want different type of needles on different types of yarn. Yeah. Because you don't want super slippery needles when you're doing lace work.
Yep.
That kind of stuff. It's like there's so much out there for everybody that I don't know. It's like the ones who've been crocheting for 6 months and suddenly, giving tutorials and designing patterns that don't work because they don't know the basics. Mm-hmm. But you can't tell them that because they don't want to hear it.
I think I've told this story before, but I think it bears repeating because it's pretty fucking funny. So one day I'm on the subway and I'm waiting at 34th Street Station. I'm sitting on a bench and I'm waiting for the next train. And I'm knitting and I am minding my own freaking business as one does. I mean, I'm not making eye contact with it. I'm knitting. All of a sudden, this Chinese lady walks up to me and she does not speak a word of English. She does not say a word to me. She takes the yarn out of my hand and then shows me how she wraps it around her hand, knits a few stitches on whatever I'm doing, grunts at me, shoves it back at me, watches me to make sure that I wrap it the same way she did, and then she grunts again and nods her head and walks away.
That is such a New York thing.
I was like, thanks, sweetie. That didn't help me at all, but thanks for showing me how you do it. It was so freaking random.
It's very New York and very Eastern European.
It was just so bizarre. Like, okay,
I
lady.
guess she thought she was helping somehow. Maybe.
And she just stared at me because I look at her and I'm like, I'm processing. I'm like, did this bitch just walk up to me, take my yarn out of my hands, wrap it around her hands, and grunt at me? She just did a few stitches on my project.
Mm.
And so then she gives it back to me, and I'm like, okay, monkey see, monkey do.
You should have grunted back at her.
Right?
I think I might have because I couldn't make words. It's just like, what just happened?
People.
Yeah.
Serious.
She probably meant well, you
Of
know.
course she did. I
Yeah.
believe that. But
Probably because she couldn't speak English and didn't know how to tell you otherwise. Just wanted to show you whether or not you wanted to see it.
exactly. Like, you don't get a choice. This is how you're doing it from now on.
Right.
It was just wild.
Well, I was at my daughter's dental appointment a couple years ago, and I was knitting a hat, and it was summer, but and someone sat down. Oh, what are you making? A hat?
Mhm.
Why?
What do you mean, why?
Just put on your head to wear? Like, I'm like, that's the most bizarre question I've ever gotten. Why?
Because my feet get cold. That's why.
Why?
Because people wear hats.
Well, wear hat,
And
like,
the receptionist at the dentist place, he just looked up and started laughing. Like, he couldn't believe it either. Like, why?
it's crazy.
And then I was knitting a shawl one time, and it was like, fairly big. I think it was a shawlography I was knitting somewhere. And someone came over, oh, are you making a hat? Okay. No. But thanks for not asking. Dude, it's a 3. I'm at like a 5 foot wide shawl. No, I'm not saying you'd wrap this around my head, but thank you.
A hat for
My
an
favorite,
elephant.
my favorite has been, I'll be knitting in public, and somebody will make a joke about, pregnant women knitting, and I'm just like, really? Like, that ship sailed like decades ago. Okay, like, can we not be in the 50s? Come on.
Yeah. I don't like it when they call it old people crafts. It's like,
Oh, I got into a fight with my sister once over that. It was bad. She decided one day she used to do this all the time. She would just, every time I saw her, she would needle me like, how did you get into knitting and yarn stuff? It's such old people stuff. And so finally one day I said to her, I said, listen, it's not just old people stuff. There's a whole bunch of young people younger than me doing it. It's like, it's making a comeback. There's a revival. Well, I don't see that. And I was like, well, there's your ignorance showing.
Right?
I called her a fucking pedophile. She lost it. She got so angry. And I'm just like, but you said something ignorant. And I said your ignorance was showing. Like, oh, she got so freaking mad at me. Anyway, she hasn't done that since. So I guess it fixed it.
Oh, well, then there you go. It worked.
oh well, maybe she saw some young people doing it and realized that you were telling the truth.
Right?
I'm glad young people are doing it. I'm glad young people are picking up crafts. I just wish they wouldn't act like they were experts after 5
Right.
minutes.
It's like the trad wives, the chicks who LARP as trad wives, like they put on their pretty little dresses and then they go out and they pick baskets full of flowers and they're like, a day in the life of a trad wife. And
Now, here's my chickens. I'm going to go collect eggs.
I'm going
Never
to
mind the fact that chickens reek. I would never have chickens because they stink. But you do you.
I'd be more impressed if it was like, okay, we got to get the chicken ready to cook, and they do them. That would be more believable as a trad wife. Yeah, the ones who performative.
Like Tara when she says, "This guy's going in the freezer and this guy's going in the freezer."
Exactly. But yeah, just like you're not an expert, and that's okay. It's okay to have a learning curve.
Yes.
You don't have to learn everything.
An expert.
And even when you know a lot, you still don't know everything.
I don't know anything. Like I just said, I made a thing and I couldn't fix it, so I had to rip it out because I don't know how to fix it. I don't know everything.
Yeah, brioche
That's why
is
we-
scary.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it. I just have to get the time where I can.
I was
just focus
good
on
until
it.
I wasn't. Because I quit paying attention. I thought, oh, I got this now. You get cocky, you know, and you're like, oh, I'm on row 12. Oh, I've got this. Well, yeah, well, row 13 is different than row 12. So,
Well, but see, and then the other thing is we were taught problem solving because we had to, because there wasn't somebody there solving our problems growing up.
Yeah.
Like, because your parents were off doing their thing and you were out in the wild in the neighborhood or whatever. And if something happened, you solved a problem. I mean, unless it needed to be amputated or, reset, there was an injury, you just dealt with it, until you went home.
you throw some dirt on it and you
Yeah.
Spit on
And
it.
you walk it off. But it's like, and they said that's one of the reasons why these new generations is because they're so coddled and they don't have any independence. They don't get problem solving skills. And it's funny because I was watching a thing and I was like, the difference is it's 10 o'clock at night. Do you know where your kids are? That was the thing on TV. And that's because, our parents didn't know where we are. And yet now kids have all that technology and the parents know where they are the whole time. And they don't have the freedom that we had because they're tracked not 24/7. Whereas literally they had to put something on the TV. It's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your
Just to
children
remind you that you've got kids.
Yeah. And now they're tracked all the time. Once they get a phone, it's like, it's not just your parents tracking you. It's every corporation, every company that tracks. Yeah. Everyone's tracking you online. And our parents had no idea where we were till we came home.
Well, we were, oh God. We were out the other day and these subdivisions that are popping up everywhere, and, they're on these postage stamp, these big houses that are on these postage stamp lawns. And David said, like, oh, there's no place for the kids to play. I was like, yeah, because the kids don't need to play. They're in organized sports when they're like 2 years old. They don't go outside and play. They're in organized sports. They're in soccer. They're in this and that. When they're toddlers.
They don't learn how to use their imagination like we did. Like, we didn't have a ton of toys. So you made things. You used your imagination. You problem solved. They don't do that anymore because they've got technology in their face and they don't have space and not only that, as a parent, you can't let your kids play wild now because then you're going to get arrested for child abandonment, for child endangerment, because, God forbid you let your child walk to their friend's house down the street. And someone tells on you.
Yell about kids playing in the streets. Oh, they're making too much noise.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
It's just crazy. I mean, the things we got up to, and we just figured it out because that's what we did. I watched this video someone did. It was a Gen X helpline where Gen Z parents were calling in. And they're like, Gen X helpline, how can I help you? What, your kids are bored? Well, send them outside and lock the door.
Or I'll give you something to do.
Yes, they'll get something to drink from the hose. It's fine. No, it's fine. It was just funny because that was our life. Like, go outside. Put your shoes on as soon as you're done with breakfast. Go. Goodbye.
You didn't complain you were bored because they would give you something to do. And it wasn't something you wanted to do.
Exactly.
There's always something around the house you could do that you didn't want to. So,
yep.
The only time we came home was because my sister played saxophone and I played clarinet. We'd have to come home in the afternoon and practice for a certain amount of time. As soon as that time was over, we were done. We were back out, like, before my mom could stop us out the front door, so she could stop us and get us to do something in the house. And then we came home at dinner time. And, I mean, nobody really watched us. Depending on where you were in the neighborhood, someone's mom was aware of that there was a group of kids doing something. But other than that, there was no way to track us. And when we moved into our house in New Jersey, they were still building the neighborhood. So we were hanging out in the empty construction zones.
You're at the construction site.
Yeah. Where they have a basement and just a piece of plywood over the top. That kind of thing.
Mhm.
Because where else were we gonna go? That's how we didn't have like woods and stuff like we did when I lived in the South, when we had an acre and we had a whole bunch of woods and things we could go play in.
I had the best of both because I had woods, but also when I was 10 years old, my grandmother, who lived next door but a little bit down the street, she sold her house and the boatyard that she owned, and she came to live with us. So we built an addition onto our house. So I got the woods, plus I got a construction site right at my house. So I was in hog heaven.
You can find lots of cool things on a construction site.
Oh yeah. The smell of pine, the pine 2x4s, still like, oh, I know that smell. Yeah.
I'm surprised none of us ever got impaled on a nail, because there were plenty of them for us to step on. But
Yep.
now kids, they don't know what to do. Like I saw one video where the dad just got fed up and he sent his kids outside, took their electronics and said, go play in the backyard. And they couldn't figure out anything to do. They just sat
They're
there.
just sitting out there.
He's like, it's an epidemic, and they don't. And a lot of the social skills that we learned playing with other kids in the neighborhood, and on the playground. So you learned how to deal with other people, how to solve conflict, that kind of thing, because nobody wanted to go home and explain to their parents bruises or, whatever. So you found ways to deal with it, and you went home. You learn how to socialize. You learn, when somebody's an asshole on the playground, how to deal with them. And now kids don't know because they're never allowed to actually solve a problem anymore.
I just think about I was an only child and there was no kids in my neighborhood, but I got in plenty of, all the stuff that I got hurt, stupid crap I did. Like we had a pool, we had a sliding board. One day I decided to go down backwards and went right off the side of it, land on the sidewalk, it's like, okay, knock the wind out of me, and then you get up and you get back in the pool.
Yeah,
what you do.
All the sprained ankles, the
busted
all the
lips.
injuries,
Yes,
bruises. Where'd you get that bruise? I don't know.
Well, I do that now, but
No, yeah,
scrape
but
my.
you never wanted to confess that it was something you were, doing that you weren't supposed to. Oh, riding on the handlebars of my bike.
Right.
That kind of thing.
We went through so much back teen. It was crazy.
Yeah, and when my children were little, they did have bike helmets, but we never would have worn them if we had to, because that just was not something that would have happened. I mean, it would have made sense if we had them, but but kids today, they don't get to play. They don't get to be kids. They're automatically into technology, and it's sad in a way.
Not good.
I think COVID is responsible for a lot of the
Yep.
it getting a lot worse over the last few years.
Yeah.
It used to be bad, but it wasn't like this bad.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, it's because, people don't want to deal. I don't know. People should go learn a craft. It helps with your heart rate and your blood pressure and gives you something healthy to do. It doesn't have to be fiber related. It could be painting or building or, something that engages your mind and your hands. And
Except when, say you find something you want to make, but then you can't find the yarn for it. So then you're all pissed off. And then you can't find, it's not all, roses and butterflies.
No, but then you dig through your yarn and you find other yarn and you're like, oh, well, I could use to make this,
true.
to make something else. And then your mind's off on something
And
else.
the ADD kicks in, and then
Squirrel.
Why did I buy this? I know I had a reason to buy this, but I can't remember off the top of my head what it was.
Yeah.
So.
I have a lot of that.
So
What was
All right.
I thinking? Yeah.
She has a pocket right here. It's called a snack pouch.
Aw.
Oh, she's so embarrassed now.
Mom,
You
Mom,
showed off things you weren't supposed to, Mom. Give me privacy.
come on, Mom.
I watch this one guy who has a husky, and the neighbor keeps calling the cops because the husky's out in the snow.
Oh,
'Cause it's a husky.
ridiculous.
You.
They
And
love
he's like, I can't get him inside when it snows.
Mm-hmm.
And the neighbor called like 8 times, and the cops
I
kept
saw
coming out.
that.
And finally, they were, it's ridiculous. Like, lady, mind your own damn business. It's a husky.
Business, Karen.
They're literally made for
Malam-
the snow.
Yeah, Malamutes, huskies. That's their
Right.
natural habitat. They love
They
it.
have that double coat, and there's a reason why they have it.
Yeah. One of the type of animals I would never have where I live because it's too hot. It wouldn't be fair to them.
They're gross because their hair's everywhere. Ugh.
Yeah. All right. I need to go put food in the air fryer.
Air
Hopefully.
fryers rule.
They do because they don't heat up the house.
Is a new convert to air fryers.
Yes.
Especially if you're
Freaking-
cooking small portions. It's great because,
Yep.
you don't have to wait for the oven to heat up.
It's good for chicken wings. They're the best for chicken wings.
And chicken nuggets. I just did pork belly tonight.
Pork belly. Woohoo.
I'm doing salmon,
Delicious.
which I like to do in the air fryer because it only takes like 10 minutes.
Haven't done that yet.
And steak bites.
It's really good.
and,
Steak bites, sausage, breakfast sausage.
and
in the air
reheating.
fryer.
Like if you get French fries somewhere, bring them home and reheat them, and you can crisp them right back up.
Yes.
Delicious.
Yep, a lot of stuff that I would never reheat in the microwave, you can reheat
You
in the air
can't.
fryer.
It's soggy.
So-
No.
So much better.
We are not sponsored by any air fryer company, but if you'd like to, that would be fine.
Yes. Yes, we like air fryers.
We
And
like air fryers. We like
So-
Instant Pots. We like all the stuff.
indeed, crock pots, my friend.
Crock pots,
Crock-
toaster ovens, all the gadgets.
Yep. I have a lovely quesadilla maker.
What?
It's a quesadilla press where you just put your
Wow.
tortilla down. My kids got it for me for Mother's Day a couple years ago. You put your filling in, you put another tortilla down, you put the lid, and the lid and the
I
bottom
don't
are
even
both
have
heated.
one of those.
And so you don't have to worry about flipping it. So when you're making one with more filling, you don't have to worry about trying to flip it without it falling out and everything.
I got
It's really
you.
nice. And it's non-stick, so you just wipe it down when you're done.
It's
And,
one gadget I
area.
don't have. Wow.
well, my kids got it for me because I didn't have one. And they try to get me something that's useful. Which,
Yeah.
It's
Useful.
nice.
Sure. If you like quesadillas, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
don't
funny
make-
because I was very I was telling somebody about something I was making, and I was like, well, it's an air fryer recipe, but I don't have an air fryer and I don't have the room for an air fryer and I don't want an air fryer.
Yeah.
So
That's
then
what I said till I got an air fryer.
Mhm.
well the next day he says to me, all right, you got a package coming on Sunday. And I didn't make the connection. I'm like, what are you sending me? And then all of a sudden, Sunday rolls around and I got a delivery from Amazon of a 2-quart air fryer. And he was like, I speak womanese. You wanted an air fryer, make room for it. I was like, all right. That's why he only got me a 2-quart.
Hey,
Well, it's just
And now
you. So, yeah.
and now you love it. So you can
Yes.
do all sorts of things.
Don't know how I lived without it.
They're amazing.
Yeah, they are. Oh, and get the air fryer liners, the parchment
Yes.
paper liners, and then you don't have to clean up.
Yep.
Yeah, you can get them off of Temu. You
Yeah.
get like 100 for like $3.
Except
Oh.
when you preheat, they fly around the thing, so you have to be.
Oh, I
careful.
don't put it in when I preheat. I learned that the hard way because it went into.
Yeah, I know. They fly around.
Yeah.
They catch on fire.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Good times.
Well, you get that little crispy taste that that fire roasted flavor. to
Fire
it.
roasted parchment. Yeah.
Yeah.
Delicious.
All right. I'm gonna go. Thanks everybody for joining us and meeting.
Guys.
Go check out
What?
Tina's website at Gwyneth Yarn and Fiber. Get all the patriotic stuff and all the other stuff.
Buy
She's
it
got
all.
some great colorways. Buy it all.
Keep her busy.
And but then she doesn't have time to knit the squares that she doesn't have time
That's
to knit.
fine. That's fine. You know what they look like. Don't worry about it. Just do it. live dangerously.
It's gonna be good. Just know that.
It's gonna be good.
That's right.
He's got
All right,
lemon,
you guys-
lemon pound cake coming. Yes.
Yes,
We will
lemon
see
pound
you-
cake is coming.
We will see you guys next Monday, and
Nice.
hopefully Joan will be back on her podcast on Sunday.
We
Hopefully,
want to see the blanket.
I
Yes,
know
ma'am.
we need to see the knit night blanket.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, you guys take care. Now I got to reevaluate my patriotic project. So
Happy Sports Ball Week.
Yes.
that's right. It's the last week of preseason, isn't it? Or
yeah.
season starts
yeah.
April 2nd, right?
No,
Or
it starts Thursday.
Oh, does it Thursday? Okay, I thought it was
Mhm.
next week.
This
Well,
week.
Draft's coming up, so we'll see what happens
Yes.
there. Pittsburgh is closing schools
Pittsburgh.
for the whole weekend. For 3
Mhm.
days, they're closing schools and doing Zoom because of the draft.
And they cut down a bunch of trees, jerks. What are you doing? Ugh,
I don't know. Sports ball should be more efficient.
it should be.
It should be. All right, bye guys.
Bye.
And she's
Okay.
gone.